You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello and welcome to a new season of GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk. I'm your host, Tia Lyons. Each week, we discuss topics important to our diverse community. As education evolves, the goal for special needs students is to obtain services that will give them the same opportunities as their typical peers. Around the Mid-South, organizations are working to provide these unique and effective services to students. We will highlight 3 of them today. I want to first introduce you to the Madonna Learning School Center. The school empowers children with special needs to reach their full potential. Here to talk more about this approach is Joe Gilbert, Executive Director of Madonna Learning Center. Ms. Gilbert, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So the Madonna Learning Center is one of the only special needs education centers in Memphis. Can you talk about your mission?
As stated, our mission is to provide a school and adult program facility for children with intellectual disabilities. So we start at age 4 and we go to, right now our oldest is 47. We serve a wide range of children with disabilities, and we offer a school program, and then our adult program is offering a vocational training. We have a full-time and part-time in our adult program, and we provide our children with the same opportunities they might receive in a public school. We just offer that as another option for our students.
So can you talk some more about those student services that you all provide?
Sure. In our school program, it is just like other schools in that we provide art, music, the math, reading, science, social studies, and art. And then we're getting ready to launch a brand new fitness center. So fitness is very important. We saw a big decline with students' physical abilities during the COVID pandemic. And so we are getting ready to launch a fitness center full of equipment that our children will learn how to use so that they can integrate into the community. So our biggest goal is to try to get our children ready to go into the community and be able to access different community outings, maybe a gym somewhere else, and then be able to work in the community. So our adult program services our adults, getting them ready for employment opportunities. They work side by side with job coaches. They learn how to access a grocery store, buy groceries, cook, and they also make meals, freeze them, and sell them. So that's become a big business, and they've really enjoyed doing that. So they learn the marketing part of that. They learn the computer skills and the just communication skills.
So I'm assuming that there's an application process. Can you talk about it?
Sure. We offer tours for families to come in and visit the school and decide if this is where they want their child to participate. And we have an application that they fill out, and we just go through that process. We are tuition based. We are not federally funded, so it's all privately funded and fundraising opportunities. We have a number of activities that go on during the year, like our Christmas play that's held at the Germantown Performing Arts Center that all of our students get to participate in, and so that's one of our fundraisers.
Okay, everybody, are you excited for this Christmas play?
That's generally how we're able to offer tuition at a low cost. Generally, the true cost is $23,000. We charge $14,000, and often our families, we help them to access government funds for them to be able to use those for tuition.
So I read that Madonna Learning Center offers specialized therapeutic services. Do you think that these services are crucial to a child's life?
Absolutely. We offer occupational therapy, speech therapy, and we outsource physical therapy as needed. And we like to develop the whole child. So we're providing the arts as part of their therapy. We provide, as I stated before, the fitness and the PE as part of it. So, and we are spiritual. So we try to offer lots of different avenues. In fact, we started last year a grief group because we've had a number of our students whose either parent has died or a sibling has died. And so offering those kind of resources and programs kind of helps to help the family as well.
So do you all have any after-school programs that you can talk about?
We do. We have after-school programs in yoga, soccer, golf, art, physical fitness, sports, theater. So there's a wide range of after-school activities, and then we have a summer camp as well that's open to the whole community, so students across the Memphis area can attend, and it's usually filled to capacity before the camp comes about. And we have a lot of opportunities for our their peers to volunteer and get service hours, so there's a lot of students that are served during the summertime as well.
So you all have a program called the Monarch Adult Program. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. Well, generally the students that start there are 18 years of age. They may have graduated from our program or graduated from other programs, and they've come in. We have 3 programs there. The Life-Centered Education focuses on getting them ready for work. What does it look like to work? Getting them ready to live independently. How do they do that? And there's also an advocacy group there that component part of that they stand up and actually tell everyone in their class what their disability is, and oftentimes that's the first time a family member, the parents, hear their child say, I have Down syndrome and these are my strengths and these are the things that I need help with, and that helps them advocate if they are working in the community with an employer or co-workers. That program is a 2-year program, and then we have work-based learning, which is when they go, they job coach in the community and work side by side at various locations around the city to get experience. And so when they graduate from that 2-year program, they have a resume that they have built. They work on interviewing skills and such. And then the next program is the continuing education, so they can choose part-time or full-time, and they can attend a day that may have a class that they're looking for. But that's the group that also does a lot of the production, the computer skills in selling items and marketing.
So I just want to ask you one last thing. How can somebody volunteer to be a part of their program in any way?
Sure, you can contact you can go to our website, or you can contact the school at 901-752-5767. And Madonna-learning.org is our website, so you can look there and just sign up. There's lots of opportunities once you get to the website on how to donate, how to volunteer, and just find out more information about the school.
Well, thank you so much for joining me
thank
today,
you.
Ms. Gilbert. To learn more about the Madonna Learning Center's approach to education, visit Madonna-learning.org. Don't leave yet. When we return, we'll explore an organization whose sole mission is to serve those with special needs and disabilities.
Germantown High School has a strong love for choral music, and it's exciting to see how students really develop their skills every single day in the classroom.
Singing is different from everything else because it gives me a way to express myself in ways that other people don't understand sometimes.
He come from the glory. He come down.
You know, athletics are great, but at some point your body wears out, but you can do music for the rest of your life. Germantown High School currently has 4 choir ensembles. We have an a cappella ensemble, and it's a pop a cappella group. We have chorale, which is an SATB group, comprised of about 25 singers, grades 9 through 12. We have a women's chorus, which is predominantly made up of freshmen and a few sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And then we have our chamber choir, which is made up of about 16 singers. Ready and go! It allows students to be both leaders and followers all at the same time, and it allows students to be able to develop more than just their music skills, but also their abilities to work together and depend upon one another.
one person may sing the wrong note, but we can all just, help that person. Even though it may be bringing down the choir in that moment, just my choir and chorale, or either all choirs together.
Music is definitely something I do want to continue to have in my life because I've just grown so much love for it.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. Families with special needs know it can be difficult to locate specialized services for their loved ones. That's where our next organization comes in. SERVES helps people with special needs and disabilities live meaningful lives as members of their communities. Here to talk about this exceptional program is Allison Edwards, Director of Children's Services of SERVES. Ms. Edwards, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So SERVES has been around since 1962. What is the mission of the organization?
Just like what you said, we are here to make sure that people of all ages across the lifespan are living meaningful lives as members of their community, whether it's living, working, playing, just being members actively in their communities.
So you offer organizations for the individual as well as their families. Can you talk about those programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the director of the children's program. We offer services from birth to 3 as well as therapy services up to 14. So we are doing a preschool program, therapy services. We offer our early intervention services, so developmental therapy in the home, as well as a program called Early On, which is a group therapy program for families. So that is developmental therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational, and a family advocate that we have there as well.
So why is it important to provide for both the families and the individual?
I'm a parent. I have an 18-year-old daughter that has Down syndrome. And when I came to that program, when my daughter was born, one of the things that was so important to me being there was that I can be with other families that were in the same place as me at the same time, and I didn't have to explain to them what we were going through. They just got it. When we were with our other friends or family, sometimes people would just look at us and say, "I'm so sorry." But when we were with other people that had kids with disabilities, they just got it and they understood where we were at the same time. And so having that support for families with other families, they have that support from each other. And at the same time, they can talk about what doctors they can go to, they can talk about which therapist they like, and they can just complain about their mother-in-law if they need to. So they offer that support to each other, and it's really important, especially at that time when their babies are so young and they just need to be able to bond with each other and have somebody that really understands what they're going through.
So SERVES is a nonprofit. Where does the funding come from?
Well, the majority of our money does come from the state. We get a lot of funding from insurance companies and from the state, and then we fundraise. We do a lot of fundraising to come up with the rest of it.
So what age groups does SERVES tend to?
We support people across the lifespan, birth, all the way across the lifespan. So we provide services from tiny, tiny babies to people up until the point that they are no longer with us. So we provide services to people that are living in their own homes in the community, people that are living with their families in the community. We have homes that are called ICFs, independent care facilities. And those are almost like mini nursing homes, and so those people have pretty significant medical needs or pretty significant behavioral needs. And so those homes are staffed 24 hours with staff that are providing support as well as nursing support. So those are pretty significant needs within those homes. But those homes are in the community. That home might be right next door to yours and you wouldn't even know it unless you went to go visit, or those people were out in their yard doing yard work. But those are just out in neighborhoods. Those are no longer in institutions or anything like that. They're just out in our community now.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer, how would they do so?
They would go to serves.org. They would go to serves.org, and we have a page that's just for volunteer opportunities.
How does SERVS get the community involved with the program?
You know, we have a lot of different ways. We have a lot of different events that we have. We have a bunny run that is specifically for the kids program. It is a 5K race, as well as a 1 mile fun run, an Easter egg hunt. We have a large 60th anniversary event this year called Sparkling Nights, where we do a wine tasting and a dinner, and just trying to get people really involved in seeing what it is that SERVS does. A couple other just, fundraising events that we do, as well as just different volunteer activities, whether it's, helping plant flowers at someone's house, or, coming and holding babies while we do the family support program so that the parents can focus on working with their child, or, just coming in and shredding paper, and any type of volunteer activity that we can find, because sometimes people don't want to do what it is that they do at work. They just want to focus on helping people.
So how does SERVS help adults with disabilities get a career?
Oh, employment is the number one thing that we do in this state. Tennessee is an employment-first state. So people with disabilities have every opportunity to work and every ability to work, just like you and I do. So, the number one thing we look for is what is the thing that you really enjoy doing? And so then we try to go out in the community and focus on those things and look for the things that you really enjoy doing. We have people that work at the library. We have people that work at the IRS. We have people that work at McDonald's. So we look at all kinds of different options and all kinds of different avenues. Sometimes people need support on their job. Sometimes people need job coaches with them the entire time they're working. And sometimes those people can start to fade away. The other thing that we do is that we can have a natural support on the job, where we find an employee that's already there that can be that support that's there with that person while they're there. AutoZone is a great company that we have partnered with. We have several people that work with AutoZone, and when we started that partnership with AutoZone, we said once we have so many people there, we'll have a kind of a full-time staff person that's there with the guys at AutoZone. And they came back to us and said, "Why would you do that?" We said, "Well, that's how we work. That's what we do." And they said, "Well, these guys are AutoZoners now, so now that they're working for AutoZone, we'll supply the staff that supports them, because that's what we do for our employees." So we just make these great partnerships within the community, and the community supports people with disabilities and welcomes them in places of employment. They welcome them into residences and places where they live. They welcome them into community centers and gyms and places, and people support them because they're members of the community.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was so nice talking with you today.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed being here.
For more information on SERVS and all that they're doing, find them on the web at srvs.org. We have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll turn our focus to job training and how a local school system is training students for a life after high school.
I think that the visual arts really help students to develop a new vocabulary.
There's a lot of different ways that you can do art, so it's just a multimedia way of communicating and expressing yourself to other people.
At Germantown High School, we offer our introductory classes, which would be our Art 1 classes, Art 1 Honors, and then you would move up into Art 2, Art 2 Honors, and you can go towards the IB path, which would be what I teach, the International Baccalaureate Art classes, and we also have AP art classes.
That's when you start being able to practice your skills on your own, so the skills that you learned freshman year, you get to start to kind of put them into practice and have a little bit more creative freedom.
At Germantown, we have, of course, all of the basic media, drawing, painting, all of that. But we can do a lot of printmaking. I do some fiber arts in my class, so we do, fiber design, fabric dyeing. We also have some sculptural media and processes that we explore through found object sculptures, some clay.
Even though I'm only a senior in high school, I feel like I'm a very sophisticated artist and ready to, further that.
At some point in school, you're gonna have something that's gonna have to do with art. You're gonna have to make a poster, this, that, and the third, and you're gonna have these skills because you've taken this art class. You're gonna have new relationships with teachers that you might need later. It's just a big learning experience.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. I'm Tia Lyons. The Exceptional Children Department of Memphis Shelby County Schools serves more than 26,000 students. Students in high school level classes can get real-world job training as part of their curriculum. Joining us to talk more about this is MSCS Exceptional Children and Health Services Special Educator Advisor, Robin Orr. Ms. Orr, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So can you just start us off by telling us what the mission of Exceptional Children is?
Okay, so we are very fortunate in Shelby County, or Memphis Shelby County Schools now, that we serve kids from the age of 3 all the way through the age of 21, and the goal is always transition. So we're always talking about what comes next. So specifically in high school, we really start focusing on that transition. We want them coming into high school with some kind of game plan, knowing that most of us don't know what we want to do when we grow up. So that there are changes along the way that give them opportunities to explore different careers. And those explorations are based on what the student needs, what their interests are, what their preferences are, and how we can go about helping them come to what's next. So go ahead. Yeah.
So we're mainly focused on high school students. Can you tell us what MSCS provides for them?
Okay, so we, in each of our high schools, we have CTE programs that are based, now that's for all students, but our SPED students are gen ed students first. So in those classes, they are looking to get licensure or job skills for past high school or post-secondary opportunities. And then for some of our students, we do work-based learning. We also do curriculum-based instruction, where we go out into the community so that students can have an opportunity to see different jobs and different skills that they might need or that they might be interested in.
So here we have a really great job training program for our exceptional students. What other high schools have this program?
Well, I think you might be speaking of some of our transition programs specifically. So currently, Memphis Shelby County Schools partners with 4 different businesses that are post-secondary opportunities. We partner with two hospitals, a hotel, and now a warehouse to provide students internships once they leave high school. Now, while they're in high school, again, we partner with businesses all over the city, and that's available in all of the high schools.
Okay. So apart from just this job training class, do you guys offer any other programs like it? Like, what other programs do you all offer?
Other program, so another thing that we do, and it's one thing that is done really well here at Germantown High School, would be the school-based enterprise.
Right, okay.
Okay, so for those of you that are familiar with that, where they do coffee, it's a business that the students run.
Thank you so much, I enjoy my coffee.
Germantown High School's Sunrise Cafe is giving teachers the jolt they need to get them through the day.
Sunrise Cafe is a coffee shop for teachers that is run by our special ed students.
Teachers and students order, and every week the students get an opportunity to participate in all of the activities that go along with running a business And so that's some real hands-on. And then so many times a week they'll go out.
So how can students get enrolled in these type of programs?
Well, it depends on what their needs are.
Okay.
So eligibility for special education comes with several different prongs. And that always usually starts in the lower grades, but it starts with guidance. But based on what the student needs, then we'll look for what program fits their need. So if you are interested in cosmetology, then we're going to try to make that available to you. We have students that are interested in auto mechanics or construction, so those kind of things, and those would be our CTE programs that they are involved with. And then we partner with businesses all over Memphis and the Memphis area to provide work experiences. We have students that go to do retail, go to do restaurants, go to do event planning, those type of things.
So why would you say that these programs are so important?
Because we want students to come away from public school, come away from us, being as independent as they can possibly be. Mm-hmm. So if you have a recognized disability or an eligibility, we want to make sure that we have provided you with all the tools that we can possibly provide you with, so that when you are ready to leave us, that you are ready to go to work, as someone said, ready to go play, or you're ready to be an active part of your community. And that's what we want for all of our students, regardless of eligibility.
So do you follow up with the students after they graduate?
Absolutely, absolutely. Every year, and we just finished doing this, it's part of an indicator that the state gives us that we follow up with students to find out where they are a year later. Once they graduate, where they are, just to see if they're working, are they in school, are there any additional supports or something that maybe some information that we can provide to them. So yes, we actually just finished that survey piece.
So do you have any stories that you would like to share with us about anybody who's graduated and went on to do great things?
I think one of the most exciting things is to see students, when they talk about these transition programs, when you see them when they get started, and then you see them when they finish. So in particular, those are internships. Once they move on to one of those programs, and those are pretty specialized programs. We don't call them students anymore, they're called interns. Mm-hmm. And to see them when they get started, and then to see the growth that they've made when they finish. Or again, you ask about, did we follow up? Some of the conversations that I've been able to have with parents over the last several months as we were following up with students, it was wonderful to hear, that they're in school, or they're going to school and working, and living independently. And so that's what we want for all of our students.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for having us.
To learn more about the Exceptional Children Department at Memphis Shelby County Schools, visit scsk12.org. Once again, thank you to all of our guests who joined us today. For more information on our programming, please check us out on the web at GHS-TV.org, where we are streaming live 24 hours a day. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Tia Lyons, and from all of us here at GHS-TV, thank you for watching Crosstalk, and I hope to see you again.